I've been creating YouTube videos on what it's like living in Northern Virginia since 2020, and I've personally lived here since 2000. And sometimes I think to myself, if I was relocated to Northern Virginia today, where would I live? Well, that really depends on what stage of life I'm in, because what made sense to me when I was 30 years old and single, or when my wife and I were living a dual income, no kids life, is completely different from what makes sense today as a family of three with a 2.5-year-old toddler. So in this week's video, I'll break down exactly where I would move to if I was relocating to Northern Virginia today, knowing this area and housing market inside and out in different stages of my life, and you're not gonna wanna miss it, so let's dive right into it. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor. So let's kick this video off with my first stage of life. And in this scenario, I'm 30 years old, single, no kids, and I'm a first-time home buyer with a $600,000 budget. So what is important to my 30-year-old self if I was relocating to Northern Virginia today? And for reference, I'm currently 43 years old. So my 30-year-old self is gonna wanna live in an urban area that's close to restaurants, bars, is an easy place to meet other people in my age bracket, and that's close to a metro station so I can easily travel throughout the rest of the region. Also, in this scenario, I don't need a single family home as I live by myself, so I'll be looking at condos or townhouse style condos. Now, without question, I'm moving to Reston Town Center in Reston. So Reston Town Center is a mixed-use development, which in my mind is a self-sufficient city in itself, featuring high-rise luxury condos, retail stores, office buildings, grocery stores, and a ton of fantastic restaurants which are great for happy hour, date nights, celebration dinners, and meeting other people. So why would my 30-year-old self choose to move to Reston Town Center? Well, I am a little biased here, but Reston Town Center has a special place in my heart, as before I got into real estate, I worked in Reston Town Center for 10 plus years. I never lived there, but I worked there for over a decade. And while I was working there, I met my wife there, and a bunch of my friends who I'm still friends with to today, I met in Reston Town Center. So as a 30-year-old relocating to a new area, I want to live in an area that's very easy to meet other people in my age bracket, and Reston Town Center is a great place for that, as a lot of young professionals either live in Reston Town Center or hang out in the town center on a regular basis. And a great part about living in Reston Town Center, everything you need for your day-to-day living is all gonna be within walking distance from your front door, whether it's a pharmacy, grocery store, great restaurants and bars, where you can have a few drinks, don't have to worry about driving home. And you can even walk to the new Reston Town Center metro station, so it's super easy and convenient to travel throughout the rest of the region. So my 30-year-old self was very social and wanted to go out 3 to 4 times a week while meeting new people, and Reston Town Center is a great place for that. Now fast forward to my current state of 43 years old, I have zero desire to go out 3 to 4 times a week or meet new people. So what am I buying as a first-time home buyer with a $600,000 budget in Reston Town Center? So I'm buying a 1-level condo right in the heart of Reston Town Center. Now, if I had a higher budget, I would buy a condo in a high-rise luxury building called Midtown, but at a $600,000 budget, I'm going right next door to a mid-rise condo building called Market Street. And in that $500,000 to $600,000 price point, you can get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot condo with a balcony and 2 underground parking spaces. Now, the only con to buying a condo in Reston Town Center is they're not great for resale value. You can literally buy a condo today for $500,000, and 5 years from now, it's only worth $520,000. So you're not gonna get a lot of appreciation. However, if you decide to hold on to that condo, it makes for a great rental investment property, as it's very easy to find a brand new tenant. So without question, if I'm 30 years old, relocating to Northern Virginia, I'm definitely moving to Reston Town Center. Now, as much as I love making YouTube videos about living right here in Northern Virginia, what I love even more is helping folks just like you relocate to the area. So if you're even thinking about moving to Northern Virginia, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Just know I got your back when you're moving to Northern Virginia. Now, the next scenario is I'm 35 years old, married, and we're living a dual income, no kids life with an $800,000 budget. And what a great phase of life to be in. And what I really miss about the dual income, no kids life is all the disposable income we had. We could go to fancy restaurants, travel wherever and whenever we wanted to. However, all that disposable income is now gone and is going straight to my toddler, whether it's food, toys, or paying for her daycare. So if you're in this phase of life, enjoy it while it lasts. So what is important to my wife and I in this stage of life? Well, walkability is gonna be a big one. We do wanna be able to walk to restaurants and bars, but we also wanna live in an area that has a lot of walking trails and parks. We also want to live close to major commuter routes, especially myself because I travel all over the region. However, living close to the metro is a non-factor for us as neither one of us ever go in the metro. Then for our housing, we want something newer, maybe even new construction, that's gonna have an open floor plan with an oversized kitchen island and some good outdoor space like a rooftop terrace. So in this stage of life, my wife and I would not be looking at a single family home, as we don't need a home that big. So we're gonna focus our attention on luxury townhouse style condos or a traditional townhouse. So I was just in the dual income, no kids scenario, looking to buy a home just 4 years ago. And if I had to do it all over again today, I'm doing the exact same thing, and we're moving to One Loudoun in Ashburn. So One Loudoun is one of the most popular spots in Ashburn. It's basically the downtown area of Loudoun County, as you've got everything here: restaurants, shops, entertainment options, and beautiful modern homes all within walking distance. So whether you're grabbing dinner at Eddie Merlot's or catching a movie at the Alamo Draft House or spending a Saturday afternoon at Top Golf, there's always something to do. So One Loudoun has that urban vibe, but still feels suburban and family friendly with parks, trails, and community events happening year round. So it's a perfect blend of convenience, energy, and lifestyle all in one place. So my wife and I personally live in One Loudoun, but if I was moving to Northern Virginia today, why would I choose One Loudoun again? Well, one reason is convenience and walkability. So it's literally an 8-minute walk from our front door to the center of One Loudoun, so we can easily walk there for date nights, eat at a great restaurant, enjoy a few cocktails, and the best part is we don't have to worry about driving home. And then we just like walking around in general. We're gonna find a lot of trails and over 100 acres of parks in One Loudoun. And then another great part about living in One Loudoun, not only do you have all the restaurant options right in One Loudoun, but you can be within a 10-minute drive of 7 other plazas and town centers, so you have a lot more restaurant and grocery store options. And then One Loudoun is gonna be right off Route 7, which is a major commuter route, so it's very easy to commute throughout the rest of the region. And then it's a much newer area, as the majority of One Loudoun was built between 2012 and 2018. So what are we buying with an $800,000 budget in One Loudoun? Well, at this price point, we're definitely looking at a newer luxury townhouse style condo. That's gonna feature 2 levels, 3 beds, 3 baths, a main level office, 2,500 square feet, gourmet kitchen with a huge island, and a massive rooftop terrace, which is great for entertaining. And these townhouse style condos usually sell in the mid 600,000s all the way up to about $725,000. Now they're actually currently selling new construction luxury townhouse style condos, but they're closer to $800,000. Don't buy that. Buy the one that's 4 years old for 80 grand less. Now, same scenario, dual income, no kids with an $800,000 budget, but we do not want a townhouse style condo. We want a traditional townhouse. Well, that removes One Loudoun from the equation. So in this scenario, we are moving to Ashburn Village in Ashburn. So Ashburn Village is one of the largest communities in all of Northern Virginia, and it's actually Ashburn's oldest master plan community with over 5,500 homes. In Ashburn Village, you're gonna find top-notch amenities like tennis courts, basketball courts, soccer fields, baseball fields, 4 outdoor pools, and more than 17 miles of walking trails all throughout the village. But the crown jewel amenity in Ashburn Village is gonna be the Sports Pavilion, which is a 32,000 square foot sports complex, which has an outdoor and indoor pool, gym, sauna, and a basketball court. But what residents love the most about living in Ashburn Village is the 8 lakes and ponds throughout the neighborhood. So why would my wife and I choose to live in Ashburn Village? Well, the first reason is lakes. There's nothing better than walking by a lake, and the biggest and best lake in all Ashburn Village is gonna be the Pavilion Lake. Now, the cool thing about this lake is there's a 1.5-mile trail that goes all around the lake, and when you're walking it, you see kids playing, people walking their dogs, you see wildlife like turtles and fish. It's just a very peaceful walk overall. And then it's a very convenient location for your day-to-day living essentials. First, you have Ashburn Village Center, which is a plaza right in the middle of the neighborhood, which has a grocery store, gas station, and some restaurants. And then you're within 3 miles of 7 different grocery stores, 30 plus restaurants, and downtown One Loudoun, which we just talked about, is only 7 minutes away. So everything being close to our house is super important for my wife and I, as we don't want to have to drive 15 minutes just to get to a gas station. You know the pro about Ashburn Village is great resale value. Whether it's a condo, townhouse, or single family home, if you're looking to sell 5, 6, 7, 10 years down the road, you'll have no issue at all, as Ashburn Village is one of the most sought after neighborhoods in all of Loudoun County. So what is my wife and I buying in Ashburn Village with an $800,000 budget? Well, at that price point, we can literally buy the biggest townhouse in the neighborhood. This will be 2,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 4 baths with a 2-car garage. But the best part is at that price point, you can get a lakefront townhouse. How cool is that? Now the next scenario is, and this is actually my current stage in life, and that's gonna be a family of 3. And by the way, where I moved to as a family of 3, it's gonna be the exact same if I was a family of 4 or a family of 5. So in this scenario, we're gonna look at 3 different price ranges and style of homes. So what's important to my wife and I while raising a toddler? Well, first of all, we're looking for a bigger home with plenty of space with at least 4 bedrooms plus an office that's in a master plan community that's close to many grocery stores, many restaurants, has highly rated schools, plus it's in a tight-knit community with many neighborhood events and with many other kids living in the neighborhood. So the first criteria as a family of 3 is we're looking for a townhouse that has the size and feel of a single family home up to $1 million. So this is an easy one. With this criteria, we're moving to Lansdowne in Leesburg. So Lansdowne is a massive family-friendly master plan community which features over 2,000 homes with single family homes, many different style of townhomes and luxury condos, with the majority of the homes being built between 2002 and 2010. Lansdowne is going to feature top-notch amenities like a 30,000 square foot clubhouse, which has a gym and both an indoor and outdoor pool. Then you have tennis courts, walking trails, and playgrounds for the kiddos all throughout the community. So why would my wife and I choose to live in Lansdowne? Well, the first reason is, as you can tell, we like convenient living. We can't get more convenient than having Lansdowne Town Center, which is a massive town center that's right in the middle of the neighborhood. And everything you need for your day-to-day living is gonna be in the town center. Grocery store, gas station, pharmacies, plus a lot of great restaurants. And wherever you live in Lansdowne, you can be no more than 5 to 7 minutes away. Then you have 3 highly rated schools located right in Lansdowne. So it's super easy and convenient to get your kids to and from school. And then every time I'm in Lansdowne, I always see a ton of kids playing outside. So I know for certain my daughter will have no problem meeting friends. And then Lansdowne is an absolutely stunning neighborhood. Every time I drive through it, everything is clean, picturesque, and it's just an absolute gorgeous neighborhood overall. In fact, if I was buying a house today, Lansdowne would probably be number 1 on my list. And I actually did a full 15+ minute video on Lansdowne. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Definitely go check it out. So what am I buying? Well, I'm buying a townhouse that has the size and feel of a single family home. And when I say it has the size and feel of a single family home, I absolutely mean that. I can literally blindfold anybody, put them in one of these townhouses that you can find in Lansdowne, and I can say, open your eyes. Are you in a townhouse or a single family home? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say single family home. So these townhomes in Lansdowne, they can be 4 to 5 bedrooms, 4 to 5 bathrooms, 4,500 square feet with a 2-car garage. And you can buy these townhomes in that $925,000 to $1 million price range. So the median sales price of a single family home in Fairfax and Loudoun County combined is $1 million. So for the next criteria, we're looking for an affordable single family home in the best neighborhood possible under that median sales price of $1 million. And the best neighborhood to find a single family home under $1 million is gonna be Little Rocky Run in Clifton. So Little Rocky Run's a large master plan community of roughly 2,700 homes, including single family homes and townhomes, with most of the homes being built in the 80s and early 90s. And then some amenities you'll find in Little Rocky Run is 3 rec centers, 3 outdoor swimming pools, 7 tennis courts, 3 basketball courts, and miles of walking and biking trails. So why would my wife and I choose to move to Little Rocky Run? Well, I don't personally spend a lot of time there. However, I have a lot of friends and past clients who live there, and they all say the same thing. First, it's a great place to raise a family because there's a lot of other kids who live in the neighborhood. The local schools are very close by. The HOA hosts many community events, and they feel like it's a very safe community overall. Now, without question, the number 1 reason why I'm moving here is Little Rocky Run is one of the best value neighborhoods in all of Fairfax County because the majority of the single family homes sell for under $1 million. In fact, in the past year, 85% of all the single family homes in Little Rocky Run sold for under $1 million. So what am I buying? Well, we're buying a single family home, which is gonna be 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,800 square feet, finished basement, plus a 2-car garage, all in that $900,000 to $975,000 price range. Now, unfortunately, there's one box of ours that Little Rocky Run won't check, and that's being close to many shopping plazas, as Clifton's more of a semi-rural living area, which I could do, but it would not be my first choice of living. However, if I'm looking for a single family home under $1 million, I'm going straight to Little Rocky Run. Now, the next criteria is, and this is gonna be the fun part, my wife and I, we're looking for a luxury single family home in that $2 million to $3 million price range. And at this price point, we're moving to my absolute dream neighborhood in all of Northern Virginia with Willisford in Loudoun County. So Willisford is an award-winning master plan community and is one of the most premier luxury neighborhoods in all of Loudoun County, and is actually the largest planned community in Loudoun County at over 4,000 acres. In fact, it's so big, half of Willisford is in Ashburn and the other half is in Oldie. So Willisford is all about the lifestyle, and you can feel it in the amenities. First, you can pick up fresh produce from the community's own working farm. Then you have more than 40 miles of trails, including trails that go right through the forest. Then you have multiple resort-style clubhouses with pools and fitness centers. And the great part about living in Willisford, there's always something to do. From food and wine festivals, farmers market, to cooking classes, to archery classes, you'll literally never run out of activities to do. So why would I choose to live in Willisford? Well, the main reason is the homes are absolutely stunning. In fact, they're the most beautiful homes you'll find anywhere in Northern Virginia. And most of the homes in Willisford are between 3,000 and 7,000 square feet on large half-acre plus lots, designed with high-end finishes and contemporary floor plans, with the majority of the homes being built after 2015, so it's a much newer neighborhood overall. So I first got drone footage for Willisford about a year ago, and when I originally went to get drone footage, my wife came along with me, and when we were driving through the neighborhood, she kept saying, "David, oh my God, the homes here are absolutely stunning. Can we move here tomorrow?" And at that time I said, hopefully one day, babe, but unfortunately it's not gonna be tomorrow. However, for this video, in this scenario, we are moving here tomorrow. So what am I buying in Willisford in that $2 to $3 million price range? Well, I'm buying a newer contemporary style home that has 6 bedrooms, 7 baths, over 8,000 square feet, has a big private backyard with the pool, and on the inside of these homes, you're gonna find modern kitchens with top of the line finishes and jaw-dropping upgrades everywhere. Now, this home is definitely on the higher end of the spectrum. However, a lot of homes in Willisford sell in that $1.2 to $1.8 million price range. Now, the next scenario is I'm a retired empty nester with $1 million budget. So if I'm retired, I'm not moving to Northern Virginia. I'm moving to some beach in the Caribbean island or in Florida. Now, Northern Virginia is a great place to live for a career and to raise a family, but not such a great place to live if you're retired, and that's mainly because of the high cost of living. Now, retired people do relocate to Northern Virginia, but 99.9% of the time, it's because their kids and grandchildren live in the area. But for the purposes of this video, I'll play along. So I'm 65 years old. I'm relocating to Northern Virginia because I want to be closer to my daughter and grandchild. So what's important to my wife and I as a retired couple? Well, first, we want very easy and convenient living. We want zero outdoor maintenance. We want A+ amenities, walking trails throughout the community, close to major commuter routes, and close to a shopping plaza. Plus, I want to live around people in my same age bracket, so I move into Birchwood in Brambleton, which is a 55+ active adult community that offers resort-style amenities with a 20,000 square foot clubhouse with the indoor and outdoor pools, plus walking trails throughout the community. Then you get low maintenance living, and you're just minutes from shopping, dining, Dulles International Airport, and you're just minutes away from Brambleton Town Center, which will have all your day-to-day living essentials. So Birchwood's gonna feature a mix of luxury condos, elevator brownstones, courtyard homes, and single-family homes, all being built after 2016. So this community is literally designed for downsizers and empty nesters. And if I'm 65 and retired, well, Birchwood will literally check off every single box I was looking for. So what am I buying in Birchwood with $1 million budget? Well, I'm gonna buy an N-unit townhouse, which is gonna be 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,800 square feet with a rear patio and a rooftop terrace, 2-car garage, main level primary bedroom, and it might even have a lake view, and you can find these in that $850,000 to $900,000 price range. So these are all the areas that I would personally move to if I was relocating to Northern Virginia in all different stages of my life. And if you want to continue your research on what it's like living here in Northern Virginia, check out this video right here. I go over the pros and cons of living right here in Loudoun County. You're not going to want to miss it, and I'll see you on the next video.